Hello, I'm Sensei Alex Kakio, and the title of today's talk is Breathe Like a Buddha. But before we get into that, I'll remind you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when I post talks in the future. Also, if you want to do a deep dive into Buddhist practice, check out my book, Perfectly Ordinary Buddhist Teachings for Everyday Life. It's available on Amazon, and there's a link to a sample chapter of the book in the description for this talk. Now, I'm sure some of you saw the title for this talk and thought, I already know how to breathe. What else is he going to teach me? And this is true. We all breathe every second of every day, usually without even thinking about it. But there are different types of breaths that have different impacts on our body. It's similar to running. We all know how to move our arms and our legs faster than normal to move down the street, but that's very different than the Olympic level running we see a marathoner doing, where they seem like they're floating down the street. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to become Olympic level breathers. First, I'll explain what I call the meditative breath and how it works, some of the science behind it, and then we'll practice very briefly together. Now, the first thing we have to understand about breathing is that the breath is the way that our brain communicates with our body. It's sort of the go-between between the two. So imagine, if you will, that a grizzly bear came into your living room. You'd be afraid, and naturally so. And what would happen is your brain would send a signal to your body that it needs to either fight, run away, or hide. This is the fight, flight, or freeze response, as it's sometimes called. And the way it would do this is by changing your breath. You'd breathe through the mouth, which engages the sympathetic nervous system, the go part of the nervous system. Your breathing also would become very quick and very shallow, sort of a, right? Some people, when they're scared, will hold their breath, which is slightly different, but it has the same effect in that it accelerates our heart rate. It also causes cortisol and adrenaline to be released into our bodies, preparing us again to fight, run away, or hide. When we exercise, the exact same thing happens. You step on a treadmill, you start breathing through your mouth, and you breathe shallowly and quickly because you're getting ready to do something physical. And this is fine when we're exercising or dealing with a grizzly bear, but this isn't a helpful response when we're stuck in traffic, or dealing with a difficult toddler, or we're in a work meeting that isn't going well. Because we're stuck in this position and we're telling our body, go, 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 but we can't go. We have to sit there. And as we sit there, all that stress becomes internalized and we carry it with us throughout the day. So in order to counteract that, we use what's called the meditative breath, which is a technique that Buddhist masters and yogis have been using for thousands of years to drop into very deep levels of meditation while they're sitting on the cushion, and also to maintain right mindfulness in their daily life. Now, it's a simple two-step process. First, we breathe in and out through our nose. The reason we do that is when we breathe in and out through our nose, we engage the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the part of our nervous system that tells us we're safe, we're calm, and we can relax. Okay? So we breathe in and out through the nose, sending those calming signals to our body, slowing the heart rate, causing oxytocin and serotonin to be released into our bloodstream, the feel-good hormones. That's step one. Step two is that on every inhale, so we're breathing in, we extend our belly button forward. Not so much that it's painful, just enough that we feel it. Maybe we put our hand on our stomach so that we can feel it happening. And what this does is it creates space. Our stomach muscles move forward, our diaphragm drops into our stomach cavity, and this allows our lungs to expand. We get a deep, full breath, lungs filled with oxygen. And again, this sends a signal to our body that we're safe, that we're calm, and that we can relax. And that's it. That's the meditative breath. But as we do that, our minds naturally become calmer and we relax. And what's really great about this is that we can do it anywhere. We can do it while we're meditating. We can also do it while we're staying in line at the grocery store, while we're sitting in the car before we go to work. Just do some meditative breathing. And of course, at this point, people ask, how many should I do? And I always suggest we start with 10. Do 10 breaths, see how you feel. If you're still not where you want to be, do 10 more. If you do 10 breaths and you're fine, go on about your day. Very simple, but also very effective. Again, Buddhist masters and yogis have been using this technique for thousands of years. So let's try a few. Breathing in through the nose, hand on the stomach, and just breathe in and feel the stomach move out. Now exhale. In, out. Do this 2 more times. Wonderful. Great job. So that's the talk for today. I hope it was helpful. If you'd like to read articles I've written about Buddhist practice, you can do that at my blog, The Same Old Zen. Link for that is in the description for this talk. If you'd like to keep the conversation going, please leave a comment in the comment section. I love hearing from you guys, and I promise I'll respond. So until next time, Amitabha.